we ready to put this one to bed, Seth?
Yes, please. And we're alive. Uh, let's
Dear
let's clean
mother
it
of
up,
God.
please. What?
No, sorry. Just I'm playing that Metroidvania Aeterna Noctis, and
Ah,
uh, don't play this one when you're trying to relax.
yeah, of course. Don't you have a relaxing
Basically,
game? Don't you have a relaxing game?
no. Those don't exist anymore, apparently.
Hey, Pie Dude.
Howdy.
Hi, dude.
You got like AAA shit from Ubisoft, and then you've got brutally difficult games, which seem to be the only things marketed to passionate gamers anymore.
Yeah. Hey,
No,
Insanity
just
Central.
imagine Hollow Knight if everything was the White Palace, and you've got a general idea of how this Metroidvania works. It's not
Yeah,
bad.
yeah,
It's
fuck
just
it.
very, very
It's
precise.
stressful. Yeah. Yeah. Happy St. Patty's Day. Insanity Central.
Yeah. St. Patrick's Day.
Oh yeah. Happy St. Patrick's Day to all.
Yeah, that is a thing. I don't know,
Cool,
like
good
I'm
man.
jealous. Our Irish co-workers have had a day off and have a long weekend, and I'm like,
Fuck.
well, fuck that. Okay, what I'm gonna do right now is just rush into the arena to grab all my souls, teleport out, because I think I have around 100k, or probably even more, and then
That
we're
would be-
gonna fuck off somewhere else.
Insanity Central says if you need a chill game, Minesweeper's been treating me well. Oh, glad to
Fucking
hear it.
hell.
Oh,
I hate
good.
Minesweeper.
Minesweeper is great.
No.
For the most of it, until you get to a point where you actually can't deduce if there's a bomb in like one of the last 20 places left.
Yeah, and then it's like eeny,
And
meeny,
then you
miny,
have to
mo, and it's
guess.
always a
Yeah.
bomb.
Nah, not always. Run, Seth. Fucking run.
Yes.
There you go.
Teleport faster.
Great job.
Okay. And now let's go to Majuju to waste this. So yeah, I received an offer today from a moving company that wants to move my 3 pieces of furniture and 5 to 10 boxes for 1,200 euros. So, yeah, not today,
On
Satan.
counter
Not
offer.
today.
Suck a giant cock.
Insanity Central says that's the hardcore part of Minesweeper. Can't escape the 50-50.
Yeah. Yeah, I think in the end I'm
Why?
just gonna rent a van and pay a couple of friends with pizza.
Definitely the better choice.
I mean, it's
Make a
not a lot
party
of
out of it,
furniture,
you know?
so... Yeah, yeah. Okay, what should I raise? Let's go for... Faith. Should I go for Faith? Yeah, fuck it, let's
No.
go for Faith.
If they're not gonna help you move once every year, are they really your friends?
Shut up, Potato. But yeah, like, after this I don't want to hear, see, or smell any moving in, like, in a few years.
At least this year, huh, Seth?
At least this year, yeah. Shut up. Yeah, so where can we go next?
Well, you can go fight Sir Alon at the top of Broom Tower.
Okay.
Yeah,
let's
you're
see.
gonna have fun with that.
It should be
S-
easier, gentler for this build because he doesn't have magic resistance and he
Oh.
doesn't have a ton of health either.
It's
Okay.
kind
Is
of hard
gonna
to
be
keep
the
him
hard
at
part.
distance. It's all.
Is
oh,
it the foyer?
You're gonna go from the central foyer with all of the lifts, and you're going to ride one up to the top of the tower.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I
Then you're gonna
remember.
be invaded
Great.
by the only pack of invaders in the entire franchise.
Wait.
Oh,
Pack of invaders?
Yeah, they're gonna be invaded by a handful of swordsmen.
They're not
Great.
too like tanky. They just do a lot of damage.
They hit very, very hard. What? Oh. Oh shit.
What?
Okay, no,
Uh-oh.
sorry. I just I looked up a video for something, and this
Ah.
ability the game gave to me does not explain one very important thing about it. All right, that actually makes so much more sense.
Oh my God, Brady! I've been reading a bit of articles today
Oh
about
no.
how whiny people are about the nerfs for the mimic tier and the other
Wait, what the
thing,
fuck?
Yeah.
the stomp. And it's like, how do you use either one of those and not go like this is gonna get nerfed for sure? You know, because it's not just that it's slightly more powerful than the other stuff. It's just infinitely so more powerful than anything else you can use.
Well, they didn't nerf my weapon, which was both surprising and
Uh, Moonwell?
reassuring. Yeah.
Yeah, but isn't that accessible?
Yeah, of course.
Whereas
it here?
Stomp you can get from the practically very beginning of the
Woo!
game.
Eh.
I noticed though all of the changes like made to balance were on like player abilities side.
I think that's fine for now. I'm glad they're actually doing some balances this quickly.
No! Damn it! Oh, never mind. I swear.
I'm glad
Also-
they patched in incomplete quest lines.
Oh yeah, that as well. They didn't do a CDPR where like maybe someday we'll do it, or that was never a quest line. You're imagining things. Uh, but also like anyone who actually wants to use an OP build, if you have a physical edition, just install it and keep your PlayStation offline so it doesn't update the
Yeah.
game. Easy. And I'm glad they fixed the PvP issue where you could insta-kill people.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, there was a spell, I can't remember what it's called, and the Eclipse Shotel, which would basically make you just have a that Blight Aura, or whatever it's called, that thing that just is like petrification in DS1.
Uh, Death Blight, I think.
Death Blight, yes. And you can just basically set it up, walk for a couple of seconds around a player, and he's instantly dead.
Again, really interested to see what they do to modify combat on enemies and bosses' part, but I'm very, very, very skeptical that they will.
I'm fine with things as it is right now. Have you seen that Malcolm Reynolds hacker guy?
No.
So, have you seen his videos from Dark Souls?
I don't think so.
So he was the guy that was basically getting people banned because he was giving them like items. He was using cheats to like hit them with a spell that would put an item in their inventory that would get them banned because it's an item you can't get in the game other than cheating.
Okay, okay.
Or he was doing there was this thing where he would kill an enemy, like he would go and stream snipe streamers, kill them, and with that kill would send them into New Game Plus. They
Ooh,
would just restart the whole game in New Game Plus. In DS3, I believe. Basically, he managed to hack people in Elden Ring as well already.
so he's a professional griefer, more or less.
He's like he says he's not doing it to grief exactly. He calls himself a necessary evil, where he's just trying to show how
FromSoft.
that easy anti-cheat they implemented is crap. How easy it is to cheat, and he's like, yeah, I'm trying to get caught, and I want Bandai Namco to fix this.
Okay. Not sure I buy that entirely, but
I mean, there's
Interesting video,
certainly some
nonetheless.
enjoyment in pissing people off.
I mean, he would not be uploading that on YouTube and just saying how he did it if he did not want them to fix it, I guess.
Well, I mean, he's not showing it exactly how he did it. That's,
Ah,
if you do
okay.
that and you're not expecting them to go and instantly fix it, you're just allowing more people to do it.
Yeah, of course.
But
Son
yeah, I
of a
mean,
bitch.
you kinda want them to fix stuff like that, else you'll have 10 years later, like with Dark Souls, servers are still offline because you can actually put malicious software onto other people's computer,
Yeah.
not just get them banned in a video game.
Yeah, I am going to get back to my Staff of Wisdom and get rid of the this and this, and get this and this, and what is this? Soul Bolt. Soul Spear Barrage. Yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, I decided in the end I am gonna go with Metro, because Potato said that it's not a Russian game. I thought that it was Russian for some reason.
It's a game made by a Ukrainian/slash Maltese game studio, but it's based on a book by or books
Yeah,
by a
I
Russian
know.
author.
But the
Hey,
money is
Schnaufi,
not
how's it
going to
going?
Russians, so that's already good enough in my book. Hi, Schnaufi!
I mean, none of the money would go to the government anyway, so I think
Yeah.
you'd be fine either way.
Yeah,
Sure.
but it's like, but not getting any into Russia so that people would put pressure on the government.
Kind of, yeah.
No one's actually trying to punish the
The
Russian
people.
people.
Oh, yeah, I know. Whee! Can I? Yes. What is this? Oh. Yeah, nah.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I just forgot where I need to go. So, I think it was somewhere here. No. Okay. Well, I thunk wrong. Was it on the other side? No. Ah, okay, so this one goes a little bit more up. Ew. Eh. Okay. Now I go here. And I go here. Okay, there we go. Are you talking about Arcane?
Yeah, Insanity Central says, I was unable to fall asleep last night, though binged all the League of Legends show. Pretty good. I think they could have done a bit better, but not knowing any of that lore dots connect enough. Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they made it more like to get more people into it rather than to put something up for like the hardcore fans.
Yeah.
Which is always
Which is,
nice.
yeah, I mean that's basically what you want to do, because just people who play video games aren't necessarily the same people who watch TV shows. That's sort of what the studio behind the Warcraft movie kind of missed the point. They just loaded it up with Easter eggs, which is cool, for the hardcore fans. But
Yeah, of course.
the movie was not made well enough for new people to get into it. To go like, yeah, I want to see more. I want to know more. It's just it puts you a little bit too much into an already like set up story.
Yeah, and so they invariably created a very, very niche product.
Yeah. And it would have been really great if they actually made like a
Made it good.
one season miniseries, where they just, like, focus on the story. Like, you know, like, you know, like,
Made it good.
with like the backstory for everything, and then like a year later or 2 years later made the movie.
Yeah. Maybe like race or region-specific little vignettes. That'd be
You know,
nice.
just introduce the Draenei, introduce, the orcs, just maybe a little bit of the war chiefs.
So, Seth, these guys, I
Are
believe,
shit.
will not respawn if you kill any of them.
Yeah,
So, like,
yeah. The
they'll
one that
diminish.
I...
Your numbers will diminish.
Yeah.
And they have a chance to drop a very, very good weapon. They're like the only enemies in the game who do. They're
wow.
explained, of course, but they're here.
They suck, and I hate them.
How many
Yeah.
have you killed so far?
One.
Okay, no, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, and they do not respawn. Yeah, the one that I killed did not respawn. Wait for me, elevator!
Oh, elevator.
L'elevator! Oh, and I'm really enjoying slowly playing Mass Effect. It's a really good game to just, chill, relax, and immerse
it
yourself.
definitely is.
A co-worker was telling me how he actually enjoyed playing Mass Effect, and then the whole experience was really ruined for him when the game corrupted his save file.
Ooh.
He lost
Oi.
some progress.
Okay, yeah, I have like 5 or 6 different save files because I learned from my mistakes.
Yeah, he was like, he had to go back like several like
Yeah.
save files he didn't lose like everything, but he lost a significant chunk of progress.
Yeah.
Oh, that's rough, though.
Yeah. I mean, kind of like Pot, who lost 7 hours of Elden Ring.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, when he was first playing it, he had something happen to his save file, and 7 hours of progress just
Yeah.
Okay, I did not know that.
A Steam Cloud issue, I think.
Ah,
Yeah, I think
right.
like the stuff on the cloud overwrote the stuff on his computer, which was newer.
Yes, that's when you load the game too fast and it doesn't have time to sync with the cloud.
Yeah.
Happened to me
But-
a few times.
At least it was only 7 hours out of probably hundreds at this point.
No, at that point, I think it was at like 50 to 60, something like that.
Oh. Yeah, but I still remember, oh fuck, the time when my Dark Souls 2 save just vanished, and that was very, very sad.
Well, yeah, because we were right at the finish line.
Yep. I could have been done with this game a year ago, but no! I get to experience the whole game from the start. Well, to be fair, that was with a different build. So this is a
And
quite
to be fair,
enjoyable
with your
playthrough.
memory, you were kind of like playing a fresh game.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes it pays off to be a dumb murder hobo.
And now, once you finish the game, like the playthrough, then you gotta go and get all the achievements.
Yeah, I can start playing it from the top because I already forgot what happened at the start. No, I'm just kidding. I actually do remember this time what happened at the start.
Navi says, my first Yakuza experience when I didn't know you have to save manually and I played 12 hours straight.
Oh no!
Oh.
Oh no, Schnaufy!
That's awful, man. Those
Oh,
games
no.
are brilliant. One of my favorite franchises of all time, but all of the titles start really slowly too, so you weren't exactly replaying thrill-a-minute sections of the game.
Yeah.
Also, like
that
when you
sounds
save a
neat.
game and then decide to quit out right after saving, and the game is like, any unsaved progress will be lost.
Yeah, and you're like,
right, I'ma save again. Just in
yeah.
case.
Yeah, because they wouldn't tell you that unless you forgot to save, right?
Yep.
Not getting burned again.
Yeah.
I mean, I
I've
grew up
learned
on a
my
heavy
lesson.
diet of pretty traditional JRPGs, where, you know, not saving every 5 minutes meant you could lose, like, hours of progress because the next boss was significantly harder than everything that preceded it. And so whenever a game has manual saves, I just kind of have it hard-coded into me now, like, oh yeah, we're saving constantly.
Yeah.
Shelby says, yeah, my fault, I repeated because I love the Yakuza games, too. Right on.
Yes. Shoot at me at the same time so I can dodge just once.
Oh,
Love
yeah, they
it
do
when
have
they sync up.
long roads, don't they?
Yeah. Stop dodging, you piece of shit! Let me kill you!
Shinobi says, I discovered them way too late, now I play one title a year. Yeah, I've got to play... Which Yakuza games have I, like, totally completed? Or, you know, completed as much of as I'm interested in regards to side quests. Yakuza 4, 0, Kiwami 1, and Kiwami 2, which are the definitive ways to play those titles. And Judgment, I think. I have the collection, and I need to play all of the others, and then Like a Dragon. I'm actually thinking of starting to play Yakuza 3 as part of the remaster collection pretty soon, like just to help me de-stress from work, because
Oh.
I'm under way too much stress and have been for too long, and it's not good for me. So I need something to, you know, just lose
De-stress.
myself.
What
That's
is
what you
this
want.
thing?
After you hit the bonfire.
Oh. Oh! Good that
Now,
you told
Seth,
me.
there are optional summonable spirits in the atrium you're going to be dropped to. And unless you want to run through a short dungeon at lightning speed, I highly suggest you break them out.
Okay, so I need to get some humanity. Oh crap, I have no humanity.
No, you don't.
Back to Majula.
Nope, not in
Huh?
this game.
Wait, I
You
can
don't need to
summon...
be human to summon in this game. At least I don't
Are,
think so.
are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure I had to.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well let's see. Alrighty. Memory of the old Iron King. Where is the summon sign supposed to be?
They should be in this, or no, maybe...
No, in the beginning room.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was nothing at the beginning room.
Okay, maybe you do need to have humanity on.
Possibly.
Oh, yeah. I guess, yeah. Sorry, Steph. I was certain that you didn't.
I thought you didn't either, because you definitely don't need to be human to be invaded. So, Sev, I highly advise running through as much of this as you can after learning the lay of the land, because, this is a really difficult dungeon that exists largely just to whittle down your resources before the boss.
Ah. It... Right. It's smooth and silky, but at least I got one human effigy.
Very nice.
You know, hashtag winning. Alright. Oh, I got three.
Okay. I'm going to give this Metroidvania some points. You know how much I love it when you're playing like a medieval fantasy-inspired game and then just out of nowhere advanced alien mothership. Okay.
Oh, yeah, of course, you know. Every Thursday for me. Oh, where is it? Yeah, there we go. Still-willed Lori. And... who is this? Adel.
Oh, but if she's summoning, she can't just run through the area because they will
That's
keep
correct.
fighting the. Yeah.
But I mean, they can make short work of most of the Sentinels.
If they can tank it, she can kill them, I think, pretty easily.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Eh. Black steel katana. Can I kill these guys there, or...?
The salamanders,
Yeah. Because I cannot target them. So.
Katana is my main weapon in DS2 and DS3. It goes by a different name, but I mean it's the same sword.
It's black, it has steel, it's a katana.
I think in DS3 it's just called Black Blade.
Oh.
It's heavy, it's short, but it deals insane damage and gets pretty good dex and strength scaling.
Okay, you're dead too. Oh, they are just destroying this guy. I'm sorry, George. Didn't mean to hurt you, Oh, wait. Don't need to go that way anymore. Yes, guys, you do it for me. Fight for me, peasants. Yeah. Okay.
The summons here are actually pretty good ones.
Okay, bye-bye, Insanity Central.
Take care, man. Thanks for joining me.
Bye.
And thanks for the lurk, as always.
Okay. Let's wait for this guy to... Kaboomski. Dos, tres. Okay. Oh, look at me trying to backstab a gigantic salamander. Yeah, can you guys just kill him, please?
In the ass.
But I'm trying. Apparently he's not backstabbable.
Yeah, he's not.
He doesn't even
More
react
stab,
to it.
more ass.
He's just like, eh. Something is tickling me from behind. Well, this is exhilarating.
Trust me, it's far preferable to trying to take all this on your own.
Oh, okay. Well, they all jump
Now,
down, so...
I would not rely on the summons over much for the boss fight. Sir Alon's going to shred them.
Right.
But, I mean, if they tank a little bit for her while she shoot... Then again, he'll have so much more health.
Yep. But, I mean,
So-
his default health value isn't that extreme, so...
Yeah, so, like, give it a few goes with them, maybe? And if you're having trouble with, like, doing enough damage to them, use them to clear out the area and then despawn them before the boss fight.
Despawn them using the black separation crystal.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Good strat, Potato. That's very advisable.
I think that was what I was doing at one point.
Eventually, I helped you with Alon, right? Instead of them?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
But
potato.
it was much easier to do it solo than with them, and then much easier with your help.
Okay,
Much
you know
easier
what?
when you're
Just
not
gonna rush.
having to rely on rock stupid CPU strats.
Yeah.
Eh. Just a second. Yeah, there we go. Hi, Eclipse!
Hey, how's it going, man? Glad to see you, as always. Thanks for joining.
And as always, Eclipse, you're welcome in the voice chat.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And hey, thanks for the clip of the mid-ear grab. I've got to say that fight does have way more appealing visual design than I first thought. Although you can't really see much of it in the moment.
Are they gonna follow me down here? The answer is yes, okay.
Well, of course, why would they not? They're always going to follow you to the ends of the earth.
Great. Love it.
This dungeon in particular, like this little side dungeon, has insanely aggressive enemies. Not just a lot of them, but I feel like they're even more pugnacious than is normal. This says, I tend to take camera issues as a separate problem than fights themselves. Yeah, and like, arguably, Sekiro aside, because it kind of worked a little differently, no FromSoft game has had a really good camera. Not horrible ones, mind you, but they've all had issues.
The lock-on keybinds are terrible in every single game.
God damn
Yep.
it. I made a
Instead
mistake!
of locking on, it turns you around. That's the most...
Ah!
And pre-Sekiro jumping controls were really rough.
Yeah. But, you know, it wasn't really much, you know, intended to jumping, other than a couple of
That's
other
true.
things.
That's true, that's true.
But still, yeah.
They were just fine in Sekiro, and they were just fine in Elden Ring, which is nice to see.
Yeah. I mean, even Demon Souls that didn't have the jumping, but had, like, the vaulting was okay-ish.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, have
Except-
you seen that a nice game came out today called Tunic, I think. It's inspired by Legend of Zelda and made by one man.
Oh, have you seen, Seth, the Vampire Survivors?
I've heard about it. It's a very popular game, right?
Mm-hmm.
You
should try it.
Anything that's on more than one input in these games feels like it takes an eternity.
Yes.
True. And Shinobi says, final boss, camera. The meme isn't for nothing. Right.
God fucking damn it. God fucking damn it. Oh, okay, this looks like it's where the boss is. So I'm gonna go in so nobody follows me and then heal.
This is a really good fight, for what it's worth.
Oh my god, he looks beautiful.
He's the
He has a
legendary
familiar
mercenary
moveset.
general who personally trained all of the samurai you fought throughout Iron Keep.
Ah, okay. I was gonna say his moveset is quite familiar.
They're
Well, I
even all
mean,
named after him.
it should be. In just about every single game they've made since Dark Souls 1, FromSoft has included this same exact sword fight like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, like especially with that swipe up.
Yep.
That's quite common for them.
Eclipse has like two-handing in Elden Ring. Yeah, the two-handing controls are not great. They're
Yeah.
not.
Hi,
Hey,
Kay.
Kay.
Yeah.
And
How you
Shinavi
doing,
says, to
Kay?
be fair, in Sekiro I didn't have many issues with lock-on, the camera, or jumping. Yeah, no. That's what I was saying. In Sekiro, the camera and jump controls were just fine. Lock-on, I want to say
It's
I might have
terrible in every game. It's same everywhere.
Yeah. I want to say I had some issues in Sekiro, maybe not as many as I did in, like, DS3 or DS2, because those games tend to throw more enemies at you at once.
Also, I think there's a lot more fights in the other games as opposed to Sekiro, where you absolutely do need to lock on.
Yeah, that's true. Case's doing good. Food's almost ready. Oh, what are we having?
Oh, I had steak and kartoffelknödel. It was so good.
Very
No!
nice.
Fucking hell. Oh, I forgot I had eyeliner. God damn it, now I smudged it.
Okay, says homemade hamburgers. Oh, very
Homemade
nice.
hamburgers! Mmm. Oh yeah, Schnaufi, I love potato knödel. Kartoffelknödel. Jeez,
It's
my
like,
brain just went.
but it's like a kind of a dumpling, right?
Kind of a dumpling made of potato and breading.
I see.
It's amazing. It's kind of like smooth.
Kind of like gnocchi, almost.
Yes.
Righteous. I can get behind that.
Yeah. But it's usually eaten with like any sort of schnitzel or... let me live!
Nope.
With sauce, yes. Oh, red wine sauce is amazing with that. Why?
Yeah, I mean,
Just
if it's anything similar to gnocchi, I can't imagine trying to eat that without a sauce or something of some kind.
I actually ate it today with a bit of barbecue sauce on, and it was so good.
All right.
Okay, you know what? I'm losing way too much health, and am I gonna sit here? Braten sauce, yes! Oof. Now I'm hungry again. Thank you, Schnaufi. Thank you. You know, I don't know if you can see it, but here, like, my real hair color has been growing out, so you can see how brownish it is. And I think yesterday I went, I looked at myself in the mirror and I saw a couple of grays, and then I was like, oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
You only now saw a couple of grays?
I haven't had my real hair color in years, okay?
I think it looks very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, I've been like, you know, just combing my hair and then like, oh look, there's a couple of grays.
Yeah,
A
fistful
couple
of grays.
Jesus, yeah, it's not a fistful yet, but also I'm at a less stressful job now, so hopefully, you know.
Hey, at least you still have hair. I know a lot of people that
that's
have
also
started
going away.
losing. What?
That's also going away. I've lost a lot of hair.
Really?
Oh, I still
but
remember you as a long-haired guy.
I do prefer to not think it as losing hair. I prefer to think of it as gaining forehead.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. Positivity.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, Seth, I don't think I could even, like, grow out my hair that long again.
He
Wow.
says, hey, don't offend me.
It's just I don't have patience for it anymore.
Oh, okay.
You know
I
that
still remember your
awkward
Wutsa
phase.
days.
Yes. Super. You haven't even seen me with the longest I had. They're like grown up.
Ah. Okay, can the... Okay, NPC is gonna kite. Okay, he can dodge my stuff? That's unfair.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you are doing so little damage there.
Yeah, wow. Hey, Savage, how's it going? Glad to see you.
Hi, Savage!
Wow.
Oh,
Your way
yeah,
through the
I...
DS2 game. Hope you're doing well. Clip says every NPC you have buffs his defenses to hell. It's almost better not to because they don't do enough damage to compensate. Yeah,
But
that
it's
is
also
true.
really awkward since she's a caster and he is way
Yeah,
too
I
fast
need the
and way
kiting.
too reactive.
Yeah.
But maybe try and only use one of the NPCs, the tankier one.
Which one is the
Yeah,
tankier?
Well, I don't know. Just whichever one you see is losing less health when you're going through
Thank you.
to the boss.
Yeah, because
I'm
if
just
you
gonna
if you're
pick
fighting
one.
into his regular defense scaling, magic should shred him. He's not especially resistant, as far as I'm aware. In fact, let me check that real quick.
I think he's weak to magic.
We'll
He
find
didn't
out.
seem so. But yeah, let's see.
It's because
No,
you had this
he
on.
has no weaknesses.
This one looks like a knight, and this one also looks like a knight.
But he is not magic resistant. So
I'm
it
not
says you
gonna
can always
take this
take
one.
both in Black Crystal one out before you walk through the fog. That is true.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Summon them both and then remove
I'll-
one.
Eh.
So I'm not having the worst time in the world with this Metroidvania, despite the fact that it was apparently panned on release for its kind of not exactly unbalanced difficulty, but the ubiquity of its difficulty. Like, you know how a lot of Metroidvania games will have tricky platforming courses or things like that off to the side that you can tackle
Yeah.
for like rewards, optional
Yeah.
rewards? In this game, they are a part of the intended path of progression, and the fast travel points are few and far between, so you often have to tackle these, like, intricate, very demanding platforming courses several times back and forth just to get from point A to point B.
Yeah.
This was a serious flaw pointed out by, of all people, one of the
Crap.
absolute heroes who made Grime in a protracted, if very kind, review.
Can I ask where can I buy humanity?
From a lot of vendors, but if you don't have any at all,
I don't have any
you
at all.
you can go to the shrine, the altar, the bonfire altar in the Shrine of Amana, and interact with it to receive your humanity back again.
Where is that?
Shrine of Amana, further down.
There. Tower of Prayer?
Oh, good lord, you didn't get the last bonfire. That's fine. It's probably better to start from the Undead Crypt and go back then, because we're going to go kind of from the boss arena to a side tower.
Okay.
You'll have to fight a couple enemies, but it shouldn't be that bad.
Dun, 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 dun. My character is a bit squeaky. It needs some oiling.
One vendor would be Grave Warden Nagdane in the Undead Crypt. I think he sells 13 of them. Well, that's an option too, then.
Okay. Oh, come on, this elevator's taking ages. Okay, there we go. Oh.
Oh my god, I did it.
Oh, what?
Did what?
Killed Hades. Or defeated him.
Nice.
Oh, good job. It's really hard.
I
Yeah.
did it with the fully unupgraded bow instead of the spear.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
oh.
my first one was with a bow as well.
Mine certainly wasn't.
Is this the tower?
It was with either the spear or quite possibly the fists. I think it might have been the fists.
Yeah, Potato is
That's Oakland
streaming
Hades?
Hades
yeah.
lately. Are you a person? No, you're just a corpse. Blah to you too.
At the mood.
Blah, that's me in the morning before the first coffee. Just blah. Okay.
No, are you a person? No, you're just a corpse.
Oh.
So it was just my first ever clear with the shield. The run took over an hour.
Wow. Nice.
Alright.
Yeah, my first was the bow. The bow, and then I think the most cleared weapon was the spear afterwards. Bleedstone. How nice.
But here's the thing, this run wasn't even going for, you know, finishing it. This run was like, I got a quest for using all the keepsakes.
Ah,
And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna take every keepsake that I haven't used randomly.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna go as far as I can. Hopefully maybe die at the very beginning and just keep using different keepsakes.
Uh-huh.
And just somehow ended up at the end.
That achievement hunting mentality serving you well, huh?
Yeah. But yeah, I don't even have 30% of the trophies yet.
Well, congrats. So these pyromancers replaced a kind of ritualist warlock enemy that was present in the vanilla build. They're slightly tougher.
they are very annoying.
But hey, I mean, you've already beaten the most powerful pyromancer in the entire franchise, so they have nothing to say to you.
Nah.
Jester Thomas.
Oh no, I just avoided him, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think she killed him.
Oh, well.
Oh, just
She
like,
was
nope,
technically
bye.
avoiding him for quite a while though.
Oh yes, we were playing Catch Me If You Can game.
Yeah, dude would just not give up.
Is that here? What? Prey.
Of course not. A clown never loses their prey.
Humanity restored. How nice. Wait, what? Why did I do it twice? Alas, nothing happened. Well, I'm already human. I cannot be more human than a human. So who the fuck are you? Can I just
Who are you?
Who are you?
Milfinito. My name, do you mean? We know nothing. We know the little and the good. We have
Whatever.
So it says the pyromancers, I suppose, are also hella magic resistant. Didn't know that, but yeah, based on what I've seen from Seth's gameplay so far, a lot of late game enemies are oddly magic resistant. Quite a shame, really.
Yeah. Oh, well. And, what was the NPC again? Agden in the Undead Crypt.
Yeah, The Grave Warden who asks you not to produce light. So whatever you do, don't get a torch out.
Right, and that crypt, and that was from the entrance, right?
Believe so. He's pretty close to either.
Yeah, yeah. Open the door. Eh. Eh. Okay. And they should be somewhere over there. Yeah. Human. What do you require, human? Nothing really. Okay. Let's see. Come on, dude, just stop being so emo. That's so 2005.
No, it's literally his job to be emo. Nothing else.
God damn it. Soul of Sin. Do I need it for anything useful?
You can get a spear from it, and I'm not sure if it gives you a spell. I think it might. Might give you a
Yeah,
pyromancy.
I can Google it really quickly.
Yes.
Soul
Sin.
of Sin.
But it says 2005. It says, well, my memory is on point this time. Yeah, man, usually is.
It's only a spear.
Only a spear. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Just a 6 spear. Oh my god, Savage, you have such a good memory.
Yeah, he's insane.
Okay, let's buy more humanity. There. Okay. Oh, now you're nice to me when I spent money.
I like how I beat the shit out of Hades and he's just like, I don't remember that happening.
Lies. Fake news.
What a dick. What a
Yeah.
dick.
But like, if you talk to Hypnos every time you die, he tells you that you have been killed by Redacted.
Yeah, you got redacted. And then he's like, oh, who's that? What is redacted?
Yeah, who the fuck's Redacted? Your boss. But yeah, I mean, now you're gonna realize why Hades kept telling you that you cannot go, like, you cannot leave the place.
The entire game's conflict could have easily been solved if Hades weren't a terrible father.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he could have just told him.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, let's go. Let's go die
So it's
over and
just
over and over again.
rats.
Oh god, I'm so tired. Tomorrow I have students from 5 o'clock till 10.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah, 5 hours of extra work after my work day is already over. I forgot to summon them just a second.
But it's rewarding, ain't it?
Yeah, it's okay. You gon' come with me, and you gon' come with me. And wait, what was the item you said I need? Black something?
Black separation crystal. Shinobi says, that sounds like pain in the ass. Very different takes on this from our teachers.
Yeah, thankfully my students are all adults.
So are mine. Most
Are
frustrating
they
thing-
really, Brady?
Well, no, the most frustrating thing I've had to put up with so far has just been people not following written directions at all.
Like basic written directions.
Right. because then you have to more or less rewrite the pre-written directions for them when telling them, hey, no, we kind of needed to see, this. And that can get a little draining. But like I've shared in the past, I'm at a point now where I've been chained to my computer for so long that it is, like, physically and psychologically really, really daunting for me to do any of that work to begin with. Like, I get really anxious just thinking about writing feedback or writing emails, and it exhausts me far quicker than it normally would because I hate it. I hate the environment. I hate the place I'm in. So the less time I have to spend saying, hey, see these directions right at the very top of this page you submitted?
They're not a suggestion.
Maybe read those. But the weird thing is, they follow some of the directions from the same section.
Nice.
So it's like, what happens? Do they read like the first sentence and they're like, I got it. Okay, let's do this.
TLDR. Just first and last sentence. But yeah, like mostly what my students are dealing with, like that makes me feel a little bit, well, not uncomfortable, but just like exhausted, is the fact that they're all career changers, right? So they all are like in their... Eat shit. They're all in their 30s, 40s, 50s, trying to change their career from whatever they were at, and they're all afraid that it is too late for them, that they are out of time, that if they change their career now, they're not gonna be employable and stuff like that. So they're having like genuine like identity crisis and existence crisis,
Sure, that's very
like
sad.
today I had this student. She is 44. And she had said to me that she failed like 2 projects in a row because she says she just every time she starts to code, she suffers from like very severe anxiety, and she keeps thinking like, oh my god, like what if I fail, and what if I don't manage to change careers, and then I don't get a job, and what if I change careers and then I don't get a job, and I'm like, and that she's like stupid and stuff like that, and I'm like, okay, trust me, I have been working for years in this industry and I feel stupid every day, so age has nothing to do with that.
If you think you know everything, then you're truly stupid.
If you think you know, and if it really is true that you know everything, you need to change your job fast. I hate this area. Me and a coworker spent today almost entire day making like a table where we were comparing 2 different frameworks, and we were so happy that we managed to make it. And yeah, we were proud of the research that we have done. Then at like 5 o'clock we went to present it, and then like the client was just like, oh yeah, you can't use option A because our legal team won't allow it. And we were like, well, thank you for telling us that after an entire day spent.
And they were the ones who asked for this to begin with?
Exactly.
And did they ask you to, like, incorporate that exact option?
Yep.
By...
Like, give us, like, a table showing us the pros and cons of option A and option B. We were like, okay, and then they were like, oh yeah, we cannot legally use option A.
So it sounds like, Schnaufy says, sounds like I should take lessons from you. It sounds like the company's internal communication, like on the client side, like between departments and all that, just is really
not there.
lacking. Is that
Oh,
fair?
yes. Yes.
Like, so the people you interact with are asking you to perform tasks in totally good faith, thinking like, oh, this is going to be useful, this is what we need.
Yeah.
And then they're told at the very end of the business day, like, oh, we didn't need to do that at all.
Yeah, exactly.
So are your handlers just as frustrated with all of this, like, at the company as you guys are?
Yeah, but they're like, oh, trust me, they're like one of the best clients that you can have. And I was like, oh god, if that is actually true, I might
It's
change
like one of the
careers.
best clients or one of the best cars. There's a difference.
Alrighty, have you taken... Nope.
From what it sounds like, even though they've not exactly been the most efficient or communicative, they have been very nice to you guys.
Yeah. They have been very nice to us because they pay a shit ton of money for us. They better be nice to us. Fuck it, Lori, you can go. Wait, did I not unsummon anyone? Okay, fuck it, Lori, you can go, because you're almost dead anyways.
Oh no, you don't want to do this mid-fight.
Well, they were tanking it anyways, so I had time.
The boss's stats are fixed when you walk through the door.
Oh, why didn't you tell me that before?
Because I was looking away from the screen and just assumed.
Well, I don't have time to unsummon them while I'm running away from half a room chasing me.
That's the strat, though. Sorry.
Whoops. Yes. This death is on you, Brady. This death is on you.
Fine.
This was so disappointing. Poppy woke up and left. She was like, nah, I'm out. You know what, since having two of them is not helping me anyways, because I'm running through everything, I'm just gonna summon one.
There you go. And then
Yee.
banish them prior to the boss fight. Let it be recorded I said prior to the boss fight. I've done my due diligence.
Not you. I want you. Okay. Summon thyself. Why did you think tackling this boss was going to be a good idea?
Because he's not magic resistant. And we need to kill him to technically, you know, say we did most everything. It's not coded for multiple players. What he is, however, is very, very fast.
Yep.
Savage says because he's cool. Yep, he and Fume Knight are probably the best versions of the omnipresent FromSoft sword fight that those folks design and incorporate way too many times into each game that I've seen. Again, outside of Sekiro, which uses a different combat system.
Fume Knight was very okay fight though, but I did use both summons and I was just chipping away at his health.
Yeah, that's fine. A lot of the DLC opponents, kind of as a reaction to... Remember, the Souls Bros simultaneously complained that DS2 at launch was too easy and too hard.
So it's just right.
Well, no. In response to complaints about the game being too easy, the DLCs, and especially the stats for enemies incorporated therein, were really ratcheted up. Probably in excess, I would say.
Eh.
Moveset designs are great, visual design's great, there's a lot to praise here. But it just feels like the numbers, especially like health on a lot of enemies in the DLC, is just a bit high. Not much, just a little.
God, just roll!
It's conventionally held that the DLCs are the objectively best designed parts of DS2. And
Brady, I'm
while I
hating
like
this so
them,
much.
Exactly, I would disagree. I think the second DLC, the one we're playing right now, is probably the strongest of the three, followed by Ivory King and then Sunken King. Both of which are fine. They're not among like the game's best areas. They've got some really stunning visuals, but they're not, you know,
I'm really
impeccable.
not enjoying the DLCs, to be honest.
And that is totally fair. Like I said,
Like
they are kind of overtuned in various ways.
the area design is just boring. Boring at best, annoying at worst. And and then kind of like the boss fights afterwards feel a little bit not worth it.
Again, that's totally fair. Hey, Pot, how's it going?
Hi,
Pot
Pot.
says also you'll be fine. Well, no, the DLCs, this is kind of what I was saying. For a first-time player, and especially for certain builds, the DLCs can be a little much. I don't think they have quite as much to offer as conventional wisdom holds, but they are good. They're good. So it says if you're patient, I can confirm the enemies here despawn like enemies outside of memories.
Great.
That's cool. That I did not know that. Neat.
Yeah, I think at I think I also had most of them despawned.
Did you?
I know I did have more than 15 tries.
On Saralan.
Yes, Brady. Yes. I think like the last area just before the gate wasn't despawned, but the rest of it, yeah.
Very cool. Pot says, ha, don't eat phone?
Yeah, I put phone in my mouth. Because
Oh.
everybody knows phones are very, very hygienic.
Super nutritious. Savage says I formed the salamanders on a playthrough for great fireball casts. Okay.
You know what? At least what I can do is like kill the guys in this first area. Where is my summon? And the cheese. Also, I don't like it that like I am staggering them 80% of the time, but those 20% that I actually need them to be staggered, they don't stagger.
Their poise is extra normally high for humanoid enemies. Some of the highest in the game, in
They've
fact.
been doing their
Again,
yoga.
for like humanoid characters.
Have you guys seen the new 16 Leo video?
No.
Which one?
The one with what's his name? The actor. Jesus.
No.
No.
The one who's
Uh,
convinced the Earth is flat. I did see the.
No, Terrence Howard. He's not convinced the Earth is flat. He's convinced that gravity
the
doesn't
sun
exist,
doesn't exist.
and one
Right.
times one is two.
Huh?
Yeah. He might be cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Cocoa Puffs.
Just watch the video. You'll be.
The last Leo video I
Entertaining
watched
shot.
was the most recent Skippy saga entry.
Oh yeah,
Ah,
same.
Yeah, but I think I watched that Skippy video somewhere else. Someone else reacting to it.
Man, it's sad. It's real sad. And creepy. Like, good God, experience has taught me I am fucking horrible at dating, but I don't know how you fuck up that badly. That badly, that consistently. I am all but convinced at least some of it is intentional at this point for the
For the views.
Most of it is intentional.
I am really surprised how he did not get a couple of like lawsuits on his ass with
Yep.
how he is acting.
Because
So.
I feel like most of it is like scripted.
No. Here's what I think. I don't think it's scripted. I think those are very real, just very nice women for the most part. And people in comment sections have pointed out the like social gender dynamic in Utah, especially in the Mormon community, is, at least to my knowledge, I could be wrong about this, slightly patriarchal. So, like, playing along would be way more common there than, say, where I'm from. But I've noticed in a couple of these videos, right, in a couple of these adventures, he actually, through, like, sheer dumb luck, does reasonably well to a certain point, and once he reaches that point and starts getting positive reactions from his interlocutor, then he goes into over-the-top, overbearing, really aggressive mode, almost like flipping a switch. Like, oh my god, you hate me, don't you? Are we gonna go on another date? Let there be another date. Oh man,
Well, I'm sure there's not gonna be another date because you hate me, right? You hate me.
Right, exactly. All of that. When none of that
I
was
do
present
now.
in what we saw before. So I think if he feels like he's not getting the cringe content he needs for his online Z-level celebrity status, he intentionally tanks it. I don't think he could do it, like trying with all his might, trying to be the best he could. But I
Yeah,
think
like,
he
honestly,
deliberately makes it worse.
Yeah, I
on
think at
purpose.
some point after all of those tries, one of those women would actually sleep with him just to get it over with. So like, he fucks up in such a wild manner that he managed eat. Oh my god, jeboti bogi su smater.
Eclipse says the 20% of times the Elon Knights don't stagger is probably because they're far enough into their animation to get hyper armor. Oh, yeah, that would make sense.
Great.
You know what my theory about Skippy is? I think he is just like the absolute Chad, and all of that is like either scripted or he tanks it on purpose. But he's like just an absolute alpha male, like
You
when
would
he's
date
not
him.
on video. Nah,
He would turn gay for him.
nah.
That was just, oh, cringe. I heard Grinch for some reason. Well, I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
Skippy could
sure.
ruin Christmas pretty easily.
For the Grinch content.
I'm sure he ruined Christmas for someone already.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh.
I think the most likely scenario is the one we don't want to face, which is he may play certain things up, but most of what we see is completely genuine.
Unfortunately.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, this is going to be our last attempt at this boss. If that doesn't work out, if I even manage to get to the fucking boss, we are gonna go fight something else.
Totally fair. Oh, third time this game has crashed. Okay, great.
PC?
What was the game that you said again?
No, PS5. It's a Spanish, at least I believe it's Spanish, Metroidvania called Aeterna Noctis. It's got a very large world with a great variety of biomes.
Yeah, nope.
Pretty art, and as far as I can tell, really solid voice acting with a diverse cast of characters. However, it's not the most technically robust game, and unlike almost every other Metroidvania I've played, it's effectively a precision platformer without very precise mechanics.
Brady, where can I go now?
Right, Savage. Okay, if you want this, but fair warning, I've not had the worst time in the world with it, but it's like, imagine Hollow Knight if every area played like the White Palace, like platforming was that intense, that demanding, just to get from point A to point B. Again, not that bad, but not exactly what people think of when they think Metroidvania. So we could go for the super boss. Eclipse says for a caster build, these are just a bit much. Yeah. So, okay. How many times have you met Dark Diver Grandal?
I think we're like 15 streams in of Dark Souls 2, so I have no clue.
The old man in the wheelchair.
Once.
Where?
Uh,
Shaded Wood?
Black Gulch?
Not in Black Gold.
No, I don't know where we met him, but we met him just once, and I know in that area, in the Shaded Woods, I think, where you like fall down and get to him, we didn't go there.
Okay, so go do that and talk to him there. Oh, you probably met him falling through the floor in Drang Lake Castle, right?
Yes. Fucking hell.
You can
that is
actually
Shaded
check
Woods.
if you go down to Drang Lake Castle and see how many bonfires we have.
Yeah, because there's a bonfire like right next to him.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I will. Just a sec. Okay. Drang Lake Castle. I have 4. No, I have
Okay,
3.
so- Ah,
You're
we didn't
missing
get that
one.
one then.
Okay, I think she met the one in Black Gulch.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
that's good. That's the easiest. So, or the hardest to get to. So just find him here as normal.
Yeah, this one is the easiest, I think.
Yes, it is. He's like right there. Savage says, sounds like a huge nope then. I suck so bad at platformers, can't even play OG Mario. Nothing wrong with that. The original Mario Brothers, actually is tougher than a lot of people think at this point. Just many of us grew up with it, so it's like ingrained into our muscle memory. But it's tougher than you'd think. I've never been a massive fan. I'm decent at them, but I've never just enjoyed what they call what I call precision platformers. Think the original, less so 2 and 3, but the original Crash Bandicoot, where the emphasis isn't on exploration and discovery, sometimes with very challenging obstacle courses, but it's just on the obstacle courses themselves. Those often feel a little threadbare to me, but I'm like an exploration hound, so take that with a grain of salt.
That guy over there?
Yeah, that's him. So you have to fall down from a different point.
Okay.
That is also hidden, like in some tall grass near
Okay,
the tower.
In the same direction, right?
Yeah, just further along.
Okay.
You can use the relative positioning of the hole you fell through and Grandal to determine generally, or roughly where it would be.
Just further along.
Shut up, potato.
Wait, he's
You
in,
are
like, the
triggering me,
secret,
okay?
drop, right?
Yeah, somewhere here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, next to the
There we go.
tree.
Yeah, right there. Shinabi says, still waiting for Brady to play Cyber Shadow. I will in good time, don't you worry. I'm definitely not speedrunning it, but...
Homing Soul Mass. Okay.
That's a good spell. That's a very good spell, actually.
Okay, so... we go... back now. Cut his legs off. Yeah, he's not using them anyways, right?
Oh, Pot. Let's not do this again.
Okay, then we go to Drunk Lake Castle, right?
Weakness. Jaw.
Which one? Forgotten Chamber?
Yes, because remember... No, the first... Sorry, the first one. Because remember, we're going to open up all of those different cabinets containing Ruin Sentinels, and the floor inside of one of them will be weak and give way to a little compartment containing some of the mutated Darkstalker Pyromancers from No Man's Wharf, and then beyond them, a bonfire, and Dark Diver Grandal.
Of course,
will then
you're
give
going
you
to lead me
access-
through my favorite room again. That way.
Yeah.
But
Who will
wait.
then give you access to the best, well, second best covenant in Dark Souls history.
Haven't tried this spell yet, so let's see.
The greatest
Oh.
covenant, unfortunately, is inaccessible at present. Damn servers.
Ooh, okay.
I mean, the Covenant is accessibly playing with the mechanics to it, isn't? You can still
Which
join
just
up.
makes Rat King feel so empty.
Uh... Okay, forgot that I opened another door here. Ah! Okay, well. Turn around.
You'll get them.
Yeah, I will. They're annoying, but they're very weak now. Eh.
So I've learned this week I made a massive mistake with due dates.
Yeah?
So I mentioned that like students are working on a very simple essay right now, right? That's
Yeah.
going to require them to do some research. And the way the course is designed, it's quite ingenious. They have to fill out little informational worksheets on each of the sources they use. At least half of which have to be from the like little collections we present to them as part of their reading. So like you're using stuff that we created
Ah.
or we curated, and then the other half they go out and research on their own using scholarly databases and all that, so that they can
Yeah.
but potato. So they could be
course.
very gently introduced to the research process. So they turn these worksheets in, I give them some feedback, and based on that feedback and direction, they then write a simple 3-page research essay, properly cited, you know, the whole nine. Well, last week was spring break, and I already had to condense this class from 15 weeks down to about 10 weeks, so
Yeah.
I had to really compress the schedule. So I decided what I would do was I would tell them nothing was due over spring break, because I couldn't assign a due date for anything over that time, but highly encourage them to get working on the worksheets and maybe like the lesson associated with them, and turn those in whenever they want. And the due date for last week's materials and this week's would be tomorrow. So technically, the worksheets and the essays have the same due date, but I made it very clear you do not want to wait to turn the worksheets in at the same time as the essay, because that means you won't get any feedback from me, and if you're off base, it could have pretty disastrous results on your grade. I thought this would be sufficient to get people turning those worksheets in pretty early. No, their idea of ahead of the due date is like, oh, we're gonna give you 2 days to read through all of these and mark them up thoughtfully and get them back to us.
Yeah, no.
Savage says, it's possible to permanently despawn some of the Sentinels to prematurely if their souls get absorbed by the doors. Although, that might not have carried over to Scholar. Disregard, I can't confirm it. It sounds like it would've. But I also
doesn't
don't
sound like
know.
anything FromSoft would fix.
FromSoft generally doesn't fix a whole lot aside from certain player abilities being too strong.
Or just way too egregious, like, exploits.
Yeah.
Like the coin exploit in Demon Souls, the remake.
Oh yeah.
Even though
Well,
that
that was
technically
Blue
wasn't
Point, though.
FromSoft. Yeah. But still, I'm pretty sure FromSoft would have fixed that as well.
Novi says, that's how young adults act usually, can't blame. Thinking from 12 to lunch, as we say in German. Well, no, but these are college-age people. They're like, you know,
Oh,
18
yeah.
or in many cases quite a bit older.
Yeah, but you're not really a responsible adult generally until
Yes,
you're like
Potato
25,
can vouch for that.
26.
Well, in that case, I'm not a fucking responsible adult.
Well,
but
there's
I'm in-
exceptions. There's exceptions to the rule, but generally, you
Like
don't
the-
actually realize like true responsibilities.
Oh, I know. You get old all at once. I have been learning that.
You get old all at once. Yes, at some point you just wake up and your body is like, you old bro. Welcome to the club.
Yeah, that sounds
Probably
that
is
sounds
college
right.
age. What is it, around early 20s? From 18 on. Oh,
Hey,
good
puppy.
God, this fall, if I last long enough without getting fired, if I can manage this fall I'm going to be teaching gifted high schoolers.
Oh god.
Pray
I
for
can't
me.
believe you are praying for high schoolers.
No, no, I'm not. What I'm saying is, if this is the kind of, like, responsiveness we're seeing from the adults, oh no. Oh no!
Well, I would hope that the high schoolers that you're gonna be teaching are gonna be a little bit more, you know, better.
Yeah, most of these folks are fine. Really, they do decent work, they try their hardest. They're just trying to, like, cram in, like, last-minute credits they need to graduate to get to their career, and I understand that. I have the most respect in the world for it. Just makes things a little tougher on my end, coupled with the fact that, again, this sounds pathetic, right? It sounds pathetic for a grown adult to say, but this deep into working and living like this, I find it harder and harder to do any of it.
Yeah.
Let's do it properly. Like, I'm really struggling. So it doesn't help when I have to be like, okay, let's go back to square one. Eclipse says, to be fair, Brady, high schoolers are used to having 80 different things shoved onto them per day. You shoving 2 a month will probably give half the class a heart attack. That's true! When I moved to college, the first thing I noticed was, wow, like, you're doing work that is being evaluated more deeply, and therefore is being graded far more scrutinously, but you're actually doing far less of it. At least until you hit grad school, when the exact opposite.
I don't know, for me it was exactly the opposite. Like, in undergrad I was still, like, getting a bunch of different shit that I did not enjoy tossed at me. But then in grad school it was much better. And I mean, I was working full-time together with attending college, so... yeah.
It
Eat
could be
a poo-poo.
a discipline, like a field-specific thing.
Yeah.
I imagine, like, in your line of work at the grad level, far more work is in, or time is invested in, okay, let's apply a bunch of practical skills right off the bat and start making things, fine-tuning things and stuff.
Actually, no. Most of the grad school experience was, let's write essays about what you potentially can make. To be honest, like, the first 6 months at my first job, I had to learn everything from scratch. Because they don't teach you anything useful in college, undergrad or grad, when it comes to software engineering.
Yeah, basically the best you can hope to learn when it comes to like programming or anything similar is just to learn how to find everything you need on Google.
Yeah.
Just to get like a nice little background so you can learn stuff properly.
Right.
And then just pray to God you get a good like lead developer or project manager or someone at work
that's going
who
to
can
teach
actually
you.
guide you through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I sure would like that.
Yeah.
And I have actually a really good boss now because if I get stuck on anything, he has no problems with me asking, and then doesn't just go like, well, you just do this and that's how it's fixed. He just spends a little more time, sits down with me and like,
Oh
know,
yeah, that's a
That's
gets
really
me
good
to
boss.
get to the solution. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even draw sometimes on the board.
Yes, my boss did that as well. The first boss that I had, who actually taught me how to code.
That's the way I would explain things back when I still had an office and all of that. I've just gotta survive without being sacked until the fall, then I should be fine. And presumably at that time they aren't gonna give me as many accelerated classes, you know, where you're working at 1.5 or twice the required time.
Right. Does that happen often?
It's what I got. The standard college term is 15 weeks, right?
Yeah.
I got one class, the one I've been working with for a few weeks, that has to do 15 weeks worth of work in 10, and just this week one started that's doing the same amount of work in 7.
Nice.
You know what that means for me as a teacher?
That you're having a lot of fun.
It means I'm moving at a lightning pace. Which would be doable, fine, if this weren't my first time out of the gate trying to learn all this after having to write a goddamn book, and, oh yeah, being trapped in my apartment for 2 years, which is... Eclipse says that seems like a ridiculous task for anyone. It is pretty commonplace over here. The good news is, I did not design the class, I didn't design the course, I'm mainly doing grading, advice, tips and tricks, and sending out bulletins reminding people of due dates, and containing advice for writing and things like that. So, I don't have to create it all whole cloth, and in fact am forbidden from doing so at the time, or at the moment, but I'm still having to oversee everyone's progress really, really closely. Which I do, because I want to feel like, you know, they're getting their money's worth with me.
Alright, you pay for college.
Yes.
Why?
We shouldn't. We do.
I mean, technically, you pay for college here as well, so if you don't do
With
everything
taxes.
on time.
Okay.
Also, if you don't do everything on time, you have to, like, pay for the... But still, like, even if you were to just pay for the, I think, like, the most expensive one where you get to learn IT, it would be less than $10,000 a year.
Yeah. That is correct. Yeah, I never had to pay anything because thankfully I never failed anything, but that also meant that I did not sleep more than 3 hours a night for 5 years, so... you know, just...
But
I
that
barely
was more
remember that
fun.
time.
But even if you did fail stuff and had to pay, you still wouldn't end up in debt for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Very true. And I'm getting paid absolutely nothing for doing this job, which at this stage is fine, but...
Also, I think there's certain countries that were like, they'll give you a loan, like it is expensive to go to college or university or whatever. They'll give you a loan, but since it's like a special student loan, you get like
Good
couple of
rates.
years,
Extremely favorable
not,
terms.
not couple of years, but like 10, 20 years since finishing college to pay it off. And if you don't manage to pay it off in that time frame, they just forget about it.
Oh,
Wow. So it's a loan in name only, really.
No, it's like, you know, you have to pay a certain percentage of your income
Oh,
after
like
you
it-
finish college.
As a
Yeah.
tax, more or less.
No, not as a tax. It's more like if you finish college, you should be able to earn enough money to pay it off in, let's say, 20 years. And if you're not, well, then they forget about it.
I
Like, they
see.
sort of guarantee that finishing college should get you a job that pays well enough for you to pay it off without being severely impacted by the how much they lent you.
Well, that's very reasonable.
I'm assuming art students are not in that category.
Oh, come on. I heard McDonald's pays well,
Jeez.
Damn.
depending on where you live.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, art students.
I'm also very sorry, art students.
I'm sure they're also sorry as well.
Yeah. I don't think I've heard a single art student who was happy that they went to art college. Well, unless it's like for animation or like more digital arts, you know, so they can get a job animating or doing digital
Them
design or
sweet,
something
sweet
like that.
NFTs.
Jebote Isusa na križu.
You know, it's rough when we start breaking out them Croatian swears.
Yeah, those are really hardcore
juicy
ones
ones.
as well.
Oh, I could
Yeah.
tell.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I pulled out my Jesus curses. I mean serious business when I take out my Jesus.
Not to say my favorite curse or equivalent thereof comes from Mandarin, where you could say something to the effect of "fuck the 7 generations of your grandfathers,"
Oh,
which is
wow.
fantastic.
Yeah, my favorite one is a Greek one that basically says, fuck your house. As in, like, the object. Hi, Keys!
Oh, not like your family.
Yeah, no, just fuck your house.
I'm sure there's a rich cultural lore behind that I
No,
totally
not
don't get.
Yeah, but the lead.
Oh yeah, the
Hey,
ice is
Keith,
fucking
how's
you.
it going?
Also
Glad to
one
see
of
you.
the good ones.
Well, it says, if they just made the Sentinels not come out of the rooms with the slightest sign of movement, that would be fine. Agreed.
Also, if their reach would not be half the room every time they do a swipe, that would also be nice. And also their swipe going through the wall, that would also be nice.
Why are you fighting them again, though?
We have to get into one of their compartments.
Which one?
Yeah, but would it not just be a, just run in there?
No, I need to open them with the souls.
Yeah, but you don't have to kill the Ruin Sentinels to open the doors with the soul.
Yeah, but they are swiping at me while I'm trying to open the doors.
Just get good.
He says I'll be lurking since I'm playing Sweat of Thieves.
Oh.
God damn it, I
Are you
find that game
streaming?
so boring.
Well, it's a rareware game that doesn't make me want to puke every time I see dialogue from it, so that's a win, I would imagine.
Rareware game?
Yes, it is.
Wow. I played it. I think it's a fun game if you have a full team of people you can play with. And you don't take it too seriously.
Oh, that sounds
And
fair.
you don't play it, and somebody else plays it instead of you.
No, like Pot and I when we were playing it and just PvPing a little bit by trolling the people. That was fun.
There.
There you are. Eclipse says, seriously, why is Neo the only game where enemies don't ignore walls? Yeah.
Because it doesn't use the same engine as the Soul series.
And, like, I have my gripes with Neo, as I do with seemingly every game, but, I will say that the enemy stamina system, especially as presented in Neo 2, that's something like damn near every Souls-like that gives the player a stamina bar needs to incorporate. Should be a must. Like, the Elden Ring boss aggression issues, give those suckers stamina bars so they can wear themselves out with the infinite combos, and then we can break their stamina more easily, and bam, issue not exactly solved, but significantly improved.
You know, there is one thing that I gotta say about Elden Ring, and that is the amount of discussions around the game made me actually want to not play it. Because at this point, I'm like, if I hear Elden Ring one more time, I'm going to fucking vomit. Oh, and today I heard that it sold more than 12 million units.
Oh yeah,
so.
more than, like, almost more than all the Souls games so far combined. The
Yeah.
Dark Souls. Not counting Bloodborne and
Yeah.
Sekiro. But yeah, like, DS1 and DS2 together are not even close to the sales of Elden.
That's insane.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
but as I said, at this point, I don't even want to play it, like, at all.
But the news I didn't like is that they're, like, planning new Elden Ring IP. And I was kind of
Oh,
hoping they would have finished with the story.
The news I heard is that they did it so that they can sell merchandise from Elden Ring.
Yes, merchandise as well, but from what I understood,
Okay, I opened all the
also
rooms.
sequels.
The floor in one of the compartments should be weak. You can
Okay.
walk on it to cause it to give way and allow access to a chamber where Grendel
Okay,
can
so
be
I'm
found.
gonna run.
Yeah, just run.
He says Elden Ring, of course. And Schnaufy says, I feel you, Seth. I've been engaging in the discourse, and frankly, I agree with you. It is exhausting.
Okay, not this one. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. No, fuck you. Ah! You know what? I'm not. What?
On a broader level, like the kind of moment in general, because obviously this didn't affect so many people, but like the discussion surrounding Batman Arkham Asylum when it first released, like a lot of people were talking about it. A lot of people were talking about it nonstop. And even though it's a game I really, really like, for instance, it did seem like there was only one perception of the game people were allowed to have, and that's not just it's the best superhero game ever, but that it's perfect. And, like, talking about things at length I'm perfectly happy with. The fact that titles like that, and like Elden Ring, seems to only permit or really accept one interpretation, and then evince a very potent response when anything else is offered,
Yeah.
makes the discourse in what's supposed to be a hobbyist community feel really tiring. Eclipse says the last soul went to the torch and not the door, unfortunately. That's right.
Great.
The golem's braziers can take them too.
Love it. Oopsie. And I'm assuming that is exactly that one door that I needed.
It may be.
Wait, where did the... Did it go to the second golem?
Eclipse says unfortunately yes.
I hate this room. Whoever invented this room can go sit on a cactus.
Eclipse says the room is awful to complete. True. Eclipse says there's no excuse. Yeah, it's the worst part of Drangleic Castle, pretty easily.
It's not even fun at all.
I think the worst part that made me hate Drangleic was the fact that the vendor at the beginning, the counselor, whatever his name is unaffected by any of the bonfires. So I truly had to get the game to New Game Plus Plus or Plus 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 to get some of the items that he only sells on that difficulty.
This game is pretty easy until you reach that point where absolutely everything can make shish kebab out of you.
As a caster build, right?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
also really depends on the build, yeah. What Brady
And
said.
Savage says, would you believe it used to be worse?
Yes, I would.
It did.
Yeah.
Schnaufi, this specifically, no.
This is late in the base game. On the bright side, all of these enemies drop some pretty good gear.
Well, good for them.
Looks more to me like they're dropping Seth.
I've seen this floor more often than any other floor in this game.
Now he says, oh, okay, I often hear the DLC is worst. It is, generally speaking.
I mean, that's what I've been hitting my head on for the last 2 streams, so yes.
But I think, Steph, you should, even if it's just off stream, once you're done with the game, play it in New Game Plus. Just because you'll probably be so OP at the beginning, you'll just rush through the game and it will feel so...
Rewarding.
Yeah, so,
Cathartic, almost.
yeah, yeah. Therapeutic, just wiping the floor with everything with one click of a button.
Eh. When is the new Fire Emblem coming out? Fire Emblem Warriors, I mean.
The second Fire Emblem Warriors, gosh, I don't know. Shinobi asks, this a pure mage build? Yeah, and Savage says it's a pretty nice floor. Eclipse says, I'm banging on my brain trying to think of anything you could use to help. Yeah,
Some of them if FromSoft would fix the servers.
Oh my god, no! Why? Why did I eat the
no.
soul?
I don't know if summons would work because she's technically already beaten the boss of this zone.
She could always just bonfire aesthetic and then...
That would make it worse.
Not with a strong summon.
Open the door! Finally! Open it faster! Oh well.
Or at least, oh, imagine if it's like it didn't fully open before you died, so it doesn't count.
Nope, Savage, it's still offline. Is it open? It is fucking open. There. Okay, that guy's gonna leave me alone. Okay, where do I go now?
Eclipse says, nice job. We talked to Grandal.
Mm-hmm.
Did we?
Yes, there's a bonfire down there. Ah, okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna
So,
go drop down there.
We talked to him again now at any of the 3 platforms, and he should offer you membership in the Pilgrims of Dark Covenant. Complete
Okay.
the Covenant, and well, hey presto, you'll have access to the Super Boss. All the Covenant requires is that you go through 3 very, very dark, but totally navigable, optional dungeons. They're honestly pretty fun, with one exception. 2 of them are pretty good, one of them's just okay.
She might have the trouble with those triple invaders.
That is true.
Okay, so he is not here anymore. And I cannot use the bonfire. Can I? Oh, yes, I can.
Enemies, maybe?
Right. So which one was the closest one where I could go?
Shaded Woods, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the easiest one to go to.
Bye bye, Eclipse.
Take care, man.
Black Lips.
Thanks as always for joining.
Whee. He's not here either.
Are
you sure you can talk to him at any location?
Yes. Should be able to. Did you kill him by accident?
No.
I think she has to talk to him at a specific location the first time.
I never thought so, but okay, go to his Black Gulch location then. Ah, you know what it is? It's entirely possible you found him at Black Gulch but didn't talk to him.
Okay, which one at Black Gulch?
You're gonna have.
I have only one.
Down, when you drop down, there's that block stone door that you needed the key for.
Yeah, I remember. I remember.
At least you're a little bit stronger here this time.
Oh yeah, for
than
sure.
you were the first time you were here.
Was it here? No. Was it... Well, it was here. Unfortunately, my corpse dropped, so... You know, it's not there anymore.
Do you know where to go now?
Doge says it is weirdly unnerving to hear a headless creature scream.
I think it's called farting. No! I missed the first platform. Great. Okay. Here, this one. Used forgotten key.
Yeah, that should do it. Yeah, that's it. You never spoke to him here.
Okay. And now?
Well, now, yeah, you can enter the dungeons. Watch your footing. Always watch your step.
Forgot the forgotten key. Ho 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 ho. Okay, so... Okay, travel. Let's go to the shaded woods. That's the wrong one, but okay.
Shady Woods.
Okay, I'm giving this like 20 more minutes. If we don't make any progress, I just want to go for the end of the game at this point. Because I'm not really having fun.
Fair.
That is totally fair.
This is becoming more and more tedious and doesn't seem to be doable with a mage build. And if I reroll now, I would have to basically relearn a way to, you know, play the game.
You can just take the katana, put everything into Dex, and just stomp through everything, pretty much.
Where are you? There he is.
Fine, na, yum.
Give human effigy. No. Buy item?
What,
Oh, I can buy
what
human
level
effigy
are you,
with
by
them.
the way?
156.
Ooh. Yeah, I think you're way higher than I was when I finished the game.
Okay, how do I enter this again?
Give human effigy.
I don't have one.
Each attempt costs one.
Oh, great. Well, that might be a problem.
Shine your way.
Because I spent a shit ton of effigy just to summon at Suralon.
Um. Well,
Let's see, maybe I
okay.
can... No, I will not have enough, even for one.
My entire playthrough, like, both Exit and Brady told me, like, the effigies are precious, don't, like, you know, overuse them.
Yeah.
So when I finished the game, I had like 50 of them in my inventory because I wasn't using
Yeah.
them.
You know what, Brady? Let's go for the end of the game. Fuck this.
Okay. Head back to the first Drang Lake Castle bonfire, and then just head through the King's Ring door at the far end of the hall, like opposite the Ruined Sentinel Hell.
Okay.
Has she killed Vendrick?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So,
King's
yeah, I
Gate.
know. And have you got to her through the kind of hidden ending? The
Yes.
special ending? Okay.
And here I
Well,
need the key,
the
yes.
the thing, Schnaufi, is you might have chosen the way to play that's not in the end comfortable for you, but that doesn't mean it's the same for everyone else. Like my general preference with all the Souls game is to go mostly for the decks and then in certain ones a little bit of magic. And like Exit can't stand decks.
Because, as I understand it, like, timing isn't really his thing.
Yeah. But also, that's why they have the reroll mechanic. So at any point in the
Starting in
game,
DS2.
what?
Starting in DS2. It's not in DS1, unfortunately.
Could you not do it?
My
This one?
journey is over.
No.
My name,
Huh.
Dragon.
But you
I was
could in
born. I
Demon
In
Souls, right?
Remastered. You could do it in
In
Remastered, I
Demon's Souls
think.
Remake.
I did not come out as
Okay.
fate would not be. If you proceed, knowing that you will she covets the first put Nishandra.
Okay. Can I unequip now the King's Ring?
Yes, of course.
Okay, then let's... Okay. Throne of Want.
That's where we need to be.
Do not want. Oh, I actually like this. This looks pretty nice. Okay, this run is now a little bit too long. It was nice for the first 3 seconds. I don't have enough stamina to run.
Your patience with this game is thoroughly exhausted at this
Yep.
point, isn't it?
Yep.
I'm sorry you're having such an unpleasant time.
Yeah, right now I really am. Like, I loved it at the start because the... Like, I would even say the mage build was a little bit too OP. But now it's just...
I think it plateaued very sharply.
Yeah. Yeah.
Few Souls Bros in the VOD comment saying, well, actually, the mage build is extremely viable if you just insert
Get good.
15-point strategy.
If
I
you
feel
just...
like the most, like, generally, like, optimal builds are just don't put all your eggs in one basket. Like, don't go full magic, don't go full dex, don't go full strength.
What
Start
is
it off.
known... So a take on what's known as the quality build.
Yeah, just like start off with something that you like for example me with dex, and then once you feel comfortable enough with the dex damage, go into something else, like a bit of strength, a bit of magic, whatever feels the next best thing for you.
I hate it that I have to re-equip the king's ring every time to open this motherfucking door.
Oh, I feel that.
Oh, and these guys don't come to life if you have it on, it seems.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
the
neat.
guy on the right definitely came to life before and tried to attacking me. Wait. So, let's see if I unequip it. Where is it? This one?
Now he says, I want to play a build
Yeah,
based
there
on
we go.
luck. In DS3, that's totally doable.
Yeah.
And Schnavi also says, somehow in Neo I could deal with every weapon because I choose when I practice it. I can use magic or not, it works. Yeah, well, the thing about all of the Souls games, and I say all of the Souls games because Bloodborne and Sekiro kind of curate your range of options at any one time, so there's fewer tools and all of them are more carefully balanced to feel viable in both games. In all of the Souls games, and it's an issue FromSoft has had up through Elden Ring, it does feel like the ways players are encouraged to build their characters in terms of the types of gear available to them in early zones, what builds that those gear items would be optimal for, and so on, are imbalanced. Like, Dark Souls 1 very, very heavily encourages players to adopt a strength build in its early zones, or through treasure that's accessible early on, because a lot of it's, you know, big heavy armor and big heavy weapons and all that have higher numbers. Dark Souls 2 does probably the best in presenting a really even variation of builds, or gear for builds. But they all have that issue. And I think, again, something this team, the FromSoft team, has consistently had a problem with since DS1 because they unintentionally built a brand around it, is how do we give players the freedom to build one of like 20 different classes from whole cloth, and yet somehow make the game quote-unquote challenging for everyone? I think if challenge and difficulty weren't at the forefront of the gameplay design, if it was instead a natural byproduct of a completely different immersive product, right? Like, it's something that happens coincidentally because you design interesting fights, interesting mechanics, interesting, and so on.
Oh no, I already see what this is.
Yep.
I have to fight them at the same, like, defeat them at the same time.
Yeah, approximately. You get a little bit of time.
But, like, if difficulty was not one of the intended products, but instead a potentially pleasant byproduct, then they would have far more freedom to balance games and builds and all of that to allow for greater player freedom or creativity. And that's what I do
There.
believe.
Last
Well
second.
done.
Good job.
Literally
So
last second.
it would have been different if she farmed Freya, but without crystal nukes and the Moonlight Greatsword, Mage is pretty poopy endgame.
That's a bunch
Just
of
a
giants.
straight up mage who isn't like a caster, yeah. And Shnavi says, yeah, exactly. When I played DS3, I wanted to play with axes. I love the movements, the combos, and soon it turned out that the axes are weak. But look at this. Here's a sword which can kill every upcoming enemy easily. Yeah, well, thank you. Right. So here's the queen.
Sexy.
I love her design. And guess what? She's a mage too.
Great.
Well, a
Mage
hexer,
showdown.
more specifically.
Amazing.
She has a big beard. Big skeleton beard.
That's meant to be like her neck.
No, I think that's meant to be like part of a hood.
Yeah.
Okay, that hurts. Okay, this music is holy crap.
Good, yeah?
Yeah. Also, this is probably the slowest boss fight I've ever had. Because both
Yeah.
of us are casters.
She's really torpid, but can be dangerous. Shinobi says that's what I liked with Sekiro. It doesn't pretend the player can play as he wants. There's the combat system, learn it, and go for it and have fun. Agreed! Yeah, Sekiro is a brutally honest game.
Unless it's not fun and then you don't have fun.
That can't be it, right?
It sure is.
If you didn't choose a variety of options throughout the game, then yes, that would be it. But no, there's one more.
Okay.
Drowned in poison, another succumbed to flame. Still another slumbers in the realm of ice. Not one of them stood here.
So they're talking about the three kings, right?
Yeah.
You, conqueror of adversities. Give us your answer.
What is my answer?
I don't think it really.
Doesn't matter yet.
Oh. I have to kill him now?
Joe Aldia, you're strong enough to inherit the throne or choose a better way for everyone.
Which is?
Leaving the throne instead of immolating yourself, so that you can, instead try to find a way to resolve the problem of the undead curse without perpetuating this BS Age of Fire.
So which one is the better option? What do I want?
I went with leave, but like all
Yeah.
Souls lore, it's ambiguous.
I mean,
So
that
it's
does...
violent.
I would want to, like,
You
break
don't
the
leave
cycle.
now. You show Aldia first you're strong enough to make the choice by fighting him.
Ah!
Nice
Okay.
try, Steph.
Wow.
Well, I was like, well, okay, I can leave, that's fine.
We're really wanting to get this over with, aren't we?
Yeah. I do not have enough patience crayons. Or, I don't know, whatever else do I need.
Thank you so much.
Hi,
Oh,
Zoker!
they're in the raid. Welcome, Raiders.
Wow.
So glad to see all y'all.
Aldia isn't too bad.
It is when you don't have any healing left. Hello!
Yeah, but don't have to fight Nashandra, I think.
What about the
No,
two?
you don't have to fight Chandra again. You don't have to fight Throne Watcher or Throne Defender again.
Okay,
That's a great
okay.
quality of life.
Yeah. Okay, then it's fine.
No, it's
Yeah, I still
It's
do
easy.
have to equip the motherfucking ring. Fucking hell. Whoever put the bonfire before the... But yeah, he's again not spawning now. Okay. Hope your Dark Souls adventures are going well. The DLCs can go fuck themselves. Eat a bag of dicks.
Just a friendly reminder again, that's the one bit all of the Dark Souls 1 bros did like. Somehow.
I enjoyed every little bit of Dark Souls 2 on a mage's build until I reached the DLCs.
Shoulder.
DLCs in general. Because every single fucking thing is resistant to magic. And has a shit ton of health as well, so...
That is true. That is true.
Fire defense, yes, that is what I wanted.
And I know I like to play devil's advocate, but can you seriously imagine somebody playing through all of... Keeping in mind it was a slightly different game at launch, but all of DS2 and being like, man, this sucks. Just totally unengaged here. Making it to the ridiculous damage sponges of the DLC and being like, yeah, this is where it's at.
Yeah, I love spending half an hour smacking one single enemy.
Well, if you're a true gamer, TM Self, according to the internet, you're supposed to. Anything else is not challenging enough and therefore poorly designed.
Beautiful.
Zoker says, I just finished the Anne Orlando area and getting my ass kicked. Oh, yeah, it's really tough, man.
Yeah, he's
Good job
doing
making it through, though.
Dark Souls.
Huh?
He is playing Dark Souls, I said.
Oh, yeah. Now if he says, yeah, and every other game sucks except Cuphead and Hollow Knight.
Oh, I have not played Cuphead yet, which reminds me, I
neither
should.
have I.
We should co-op it then, Seth.
Yes, we should.
Since I have it for Switch. Maybe when the DLC drops?
Yeah, when is that happening?
In a couple months, I want to say. Zoker says, Cuphead's more difficult than Dark Souls. Maybe?
It's not really comparable. Exactly.
You'd never heard of Dark Souls.
No,
Yes,
it's really
like
a
Immortal
different
Unchained.
game.
But yeah, it is a very different type of game.
Shrine of
But
Amana.
when's the new Dragon Age coming out?
Not for a while.
Woof. Haven't heard anything about that for a long time.
Shnavi says, for some reason the Dark Souls community plays a lot of Cuphead and Hollow Knight.
Why?
It's not entirely fair to say that discourse belongs to the Dark Souls community, though. Generally, I find it belongs to what I've called the difficulty equals quality discourse.
Hollow Knight
Hollow
is a
Knight
very,
isn't
very
even-
pleasure. Yeah,
Yeah, it's not even a hard game. It can
No.
be frustrating at times.
it's
No, it
very
has a
pleasurable,
reputation
actually.
for being difficult, though, so therefore those types of gamers go all in on it.
Yeah.
I think, for the most part, the Grim Troop DLC notwithstanding, it's insanely well balanced. And when you perfectly balance like 95% of an absolutely massive game, that's well done.
I still remember you raging at the last boss.
Yeah, because not last boss. That was one of the DLC bosses. And I really disliked it because it was a way more visually appealing, but overtuned version of what was already a really good boss.
The
was
Pantheon
just like,
a
let's
bit
make it worse.
frustrating.
Not make
Yeah.
it worse. Let's turn all the numbers up. Let's give it more health. Let's make it faster. Let's make it deal more damage, and let's make it like requisite to get certain really important things. Even though the only other boss in this DLC was the same boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not exactly against reusing the same enemy. I'm against reusing the same enemy with the absolutely same skill set.
Yeah.
And just making it harder. Yeah.
Just, yeah.
Or
Giving it
even
more
if
health.
it's the same difficulty, it's not enjoyable.
Like,
But if it's
the
Yeah, go
in my mind, it's an unpopular opinion, I'm sure, but Nightmare King Grim, like that, the visuals, right? Fighting him in the Nightmare's Heart. That should have been the only fight, and it
Yeah.
should have had maybe that level of health, but all of the other mechanics and the 1 damage per hit mechanic from the Troop Leader Grim boss fight. Would have been just as good, and it would have allowed them to get their Dracula homage boss in.
Yeah. Alrighty, let's do this. Oh, I can even summon. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm not gonna summon. I can do this by myself.
Yeah, you don't really need to summon for this boss.
Ow. Oh, okay.
One thing I will give this game, or the Metroidvania I'm playing right now, its visual design is absolutely stunning. The, as they often do, the art teams for games like this really outdo themselves. So Aldia takes way more damage when his flames are extinguished.
Ah, okay. Maybe I should not waste my... what did Zucker write?
Going to grab some food, be back in a jiffy. And then do people say that? Yes, they do!
Wow. I haven't heard that in a long time.
Pronounced Giffy.
Be back in a Giphy.
Yeah, the time to watch a single GIF.
Extinguish the flames, por favor. Okay, I guess phase 2 or something.
No, he doesn't really have phases.
Oh, he's just sad.
Yeah. He really is a typical Dark Souls ending boss. Like, so far, all of their games, the last boss, apart from Sekiro, was, like, pretty easy.
Soul Ascender was tougher than you'd think at launch. Like, without the DLCs.
Okay, sure, but I'm looking at when I was playing.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Like, even the Elden Beast ended up being real easy.
I had a hard time. Schnaubby says, by the way, you influenced me in a good way. I started to speak English on stream without recognizing.
Ah, nice.
notices it's a sort of phase change, a heat up at the very least, since his AoE fire does way more damage after the roar. Okay.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't really change the mechanics much.
Interesting to know, though.
True.
I didn't even notice.
I think I did, but it didn't really matter since if you use the same tactic for phase 1, you can just you don't even really notice.
Mm-hmm.
No!
Oof. It's alright, Seth. We'll get this. We will get this today.
Yeah, we will. That was just very upsetting. And again, putting the fucking ring on. Let's go.
I don't like that you have
Wait.
to open the door each time.
I wonder.
Yeah, it's annoying.
No! None of these
What?
stone soldiers spawn when you have the king's ring on.
Makes sense. But the sentinels still attack.
Yeah, the sentinels do attack. Do.
Do-do-do.
Do. Open the door faster. I'm losing half of my lifespan just waiting for you to open. Throne of Want. I wonder if these names of areas make more sense in Japanese.
No, they make a good amount of sense in English.
Throne of Want.
Want, as in desire, envy, yearning.
Yes.
It's antiquated English, but it's grammatically correct.
Okay. Oi! Oh, come on. This area was beautiful the first time I went through, now it's just way too long. Open.
See virtually every playthrough of The Surge.
Great.
Nobody says, have you played The Surge? I heard it's one of the better Souls-likes. I have, yeah. It's good. It's got a really interesting world and a brilliant mechanic wherein you can obtain gear from humanoid enemies by choosing to target and sever their limbs. At the expense of dealing less damage to them. But you will, like, always get the part of the article of equipment you're aiming for, which is really nice. Or you have a very good chance to get it, I should say.
Nice.
Doesn't have nearly as many bosses as I would like, but the ones that are there are pretty quality. It's, I'd recommend it. Surge 2 is apparently much better. I've had a copy sitting on my shelf for over a year and just haven't gotten to it, but... There is this country song that plays in every, like, safe room, though, the game's equivalent to bonfires, and it will get stuck in your head. Oh my god.
So what's the theme of the Surge? What
Like,
kind of
you mean
ambient is it in?
Ah, well, it's a futuristic, mildly dystopian world where players take on the role of a gentleman who signs up with a mega corporation called Creo in order to, well, not just get some money, but also to restore use of his legs. because they allow their workers to be integrated into these really advanced industrial harnesses that allow them to move with increased agility and strength and all of that, you know, like industrial hard suits, which serve as your gear throughout the game. And something goes horribly wrong at this massive Creo facility on his first day.
Of course.
And
Yes.
as a result, he has to make his way out of a facility overrun by a corrupt program that's reduced many workers to zombified husks being puppeted around by their hard suits, and rampant machinery. It's like a sci-fi, mildly dystopian industrial Souls-like. It's really good. Really, really good.
Ow, 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 ow. Doo-dum,
And there's-
doo-dum.
There's a DLC set entirely in a Creo-sponsored theme park. And another that comes as close as possible to one of Potato and my wishes, that sees players discover an abandoned testing facility that was constructed by a mad scientist obsessed with Wild West tropes. And so you fight against a very wide variety of like Western film trope themed robots and cyborgs across a number of time and score-based challenges that are really
Beep
good.
bop, yeehaw. Are we done? No. One hit left.
You almost got him. And then
There we go.
you can do as you wish and leave.
Finally.
You can do
Bye.
whatever you want as long as you leave.
I lost everything, but remained here patiently. A thrill
Let me get out.
to you.
Retreat.
What do you want? Tell me.
To leave.
Light, dark, or something else entirely?
Again, to leave. Goodbye.
So, just in context, that effectively chooses something else entirely. Neither light nor dark. Which will all be ignored because the dev team threw this narrative out whole cloth in favor of shameless fan service for DS3. But hey, Tanemora's team really tried.
I mean, I'm kind of disappointed with the endings of the endings of Elden Ring. Just purely due to the fact that after it ends, and it plops you back into the world if you don't pick to choose New Game Plus, right? Whatever happens to the tree, the Earth tree, in the ending cinematic, it doesn't stay in the, you know, the end game.
Well, I mean, that's par for the course with endings in these games, though, and post-game sections.
I know, but would it have been so hard?
Yes, probably, given what we know of that team.
I mean, have you seen the Dung Eater ending?
Yes.
Yeah.
The second worst ending, as it happens. And one you really have to work for.
Alright, now that we have beaten the game, I think it's time for the final thoughts. Oh, good night, Savage.
Hey, Kara. Thanks for joining us, man. Glad you could sit with us through the entirety of the final gameplay session. And now, Seth, when you tender your final thoughts, do remember you had a very different experience with the melee build beforehand.
Yeah. That's what I wanted to, like, sum it all up. So, when I was playing with a melee build, I found the game very boring, to be honest. It just felt... I don't know. It didn't feel easy, it didn't feel hard, it just felt uneventful in a way. I felt like I had to adapt much more with the mage build. Just like pay more attention to my surroundings, learn the timings a little bit better because I had to take into account the casting times. So I had a little bit more fun with the mage's build. Out of the 3 Dark Souls games, I definitely prefer this one the most.
Okay.
Up until the DLCs. The DLCs just straight up ruined my entire experience of it. Because I felt like from, like, on a difficulty scale, from a 6 out of 10, they ramped it up to a 10 out of 10. And
yeah.
the worst thing is that it's just like, as you were saying earlier, it's just like an increase in numbers. Just more health, like attack deals more damage and things like that. It doesn't feel satisfying. It doesn't feel satisfying to learn it. That's why I started getting pissed off, because it felt no matter what I do, I'm not gonna be able to do it, because the mage's build is just not meant to do that fight. Because, like, usually I feel like if I'm failing a certain fight, the more I practice it, the better I get. So, like, I might not get, you know, killed in 3 hits, I might get killed in 4 hits or something, you know, just like getting better and better with each try. But with the DLC bosses here, I did not feel that. I felt like, straight up, you cannot beat it with this build. All of the bosses were way too fast, and if I did not use the summons, I would not even be able to cast a single spell, because they were just way too fast. And I had the ring on that reduces the cast time. So either I would have to spend like a bajillion points into that one attribute that gives you more casting speed, or I would just have to straight up reroll. And neither of them were a comfortable option for me at this point, since I've spent so many hours on a mage's build, and just relearning a different way of playing for me at this point, just for a DLC, is not good. It does not feel satisfying.
We understand.
So that's why I'm gonna be calling it quits with the game here. The game itself, like design-wise, is absolutely stunning. The areas are beautiful, the sound is beautiful, the music, especially here in the last fight, like all 3 last fights, was stunning. A little bit, I don't know, for the Nashandra fight, you should definitely play Dark Souls 2 Zoker. Definitely play it.
Yeah. It's... most of us, or I think all 3 of us, actually pretty strongly recommend DS2.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even say because of that, but mostly because Dark Souls 3 tends to do quite a lot of fan service by returning some stuff from Dark Souls 1, and I feel like you kind of need a palate cleanser in between 1 and 3. You know, just like, okay, fuck this area, I don't want to see it for a while. Yeah.
DS2 has this beautiful dark fairy tale aesthetic that informs a lot of its world, and
yeah.
I think I think it creates a very different atmosphere to the other titles. It feels, this is kind of strange to say, but it does feel more original than the Western fantasy that DS1 and 3 play so straight.
Yeah. So story-wise, I gotta say I don't like it. It's just not doing anything for me. I'm not, like, I like dark fantasy, but I don't know, Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3 kind of feel samey, right? I think what builds the world for me more are the side characters and side quests. The main quest line is kind of like, you know, whatever.
Has always done world building better than they've done plot writing.
Yeah, exactly. So like, my rating here is gonna be all over the place. I feel like I cannot give it just one rating because like sound design and just music, the OSTs, 10 out of 10, straight 10 out of 10. Visual design, like 8.5 out of 10. Like, it is very beautiful, but for example, the DLC areas visually kind of become unimaginative, especially the winter world where everything is just, you know, covered in ice. I mean, it is beautiful, but after the first 10 minutes, it's kind of like, okay, fuck it, I've seen this 1,000 times, like, let's move on. Right?
They're your standard elemental dungeons from like
Yeah.
a Zelda game, more or less.
Exactly, yeah, and in a game like Dark Souls, I feel like it kind of like underwhelmed me, if that is how you say it. Just like, was a bit underwhelming, yeah. Gameplay mechanics, I would also give it like an 8.5 out of 10, because I do feel that the mage's build was strongly built against in the DLC. In the DLC, like, it felt like the DLC was straight up fuck mage's build. Everything was anti-magic, everything was like, even some of the enemies I think had some spells that like canceled the magic altogether, so it was like, well, I'm just gonna sit here and cry, I guess.
Right.
I do understand that they're trying to make you, you know, put your points into a little bit of different attributes, but like, strength and dexterity sync up far better together than they do when you put mage's build in the mix.
Agreed.
It feels like mage's build is just like here, and dex and strength are here, you know, together. So
yeah.
That's why I just did not vibe with it. Also, the fact that like you keep losing health with loss of with deaths. At some point, it just felt it was more annoying than it was, you know, adding to the gameplay experience. So, what did I not rate yet? Yeah, story-wise, like, I'm really sorry, I'm gonna give it like a 6 out of 10. It might be because I'm a murder hobo, but I just did not vibe with the story at all. It just didn't do anything for me. It's not bad, it's just not my thing, and I felt like it was not as imaginative as I would have hoped for. It's kind of very...
Which is on par for Dark Souls.
Yeah. So they could have done better. They could have done much better there.
They could.
Yeah.
Eventually, we started out forcing it, so...
And the DLCs, I mean, I'm happy the game has DLCs, and like, I'm happy it added diversity to the areas, but the DLCs can just straight up go eat a bag of dicks. I don't care about them, I don't want to hear about them, I'm gonna pretend this game does not have DLCs and just like enjoy just the main game. Fuck the rest.
Gotcha.
And it definitely does not deserve the hate that it's getting on the internet. It might not be like what the Souls Bros wanted, but it was for me, a very good direction where the team was going, and then decided to backpedal in Dark Souls 3, which, you know, whatever. Dark Souls 3 was also a good game in my opinion, but it felt like they just gave in to the Souls Bros and just wanted to make quick, easy money just by tossing in references from the first game and putting the gameplay that was more similar to the first game, you know, just so they could get an easy cash out. And
now,
I don't
imagine if this game played like DS3.
Yeah, if this game played like DS3, like had the entire world building and everything of DS2 with gameplay of DS3, that would be a very good game. Like, I would say, probably as highly regarded as Elden Ring is today.
Yeah.
So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What about you, Brady? I mean, I know that you're a big fan of this game, but you can give us your final thoughts as well.
Okay, so seeing a mage build develop, as I did despite missing some sessions of the playthrough, did give me quite a bit to think about. I will say that, um, to point with, or to this point, with Elden Ring and everything else we've seen from the franchise taken into account, Dark Souls 2 is still far and away my favorite title. I think the team did more differently and did more really well here than they have anywhere else. And a great deal of that is because I would attribute it to the fact that until DS2 launched, the Souls brand, as it was not terribly well defined. So even though a terribly vocal minority of the fan base decided to punish them for going in a different direction, they were still able to at this point, and a title like this showed a lot of promise. Like Yusef, I love the world building. It's more colorful, its environments are generally more varied, and it has more to draw the player into environments and
Yeah.
exploration than the first game, and certainly than the third, which in terms of overall aesthetics and environmental design
Yeah,
is probably the
I-
weakest of the three.
I mean, like, look at this. Just look at this area. I do understand it's a dark fantasy, but it doesn't need to be dark, 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 dark. Just look how
Dark is more
beautiful
fun.
and well, not cheerful, but like serene this area is. It's just like calm and peace.
But think about this, you're gathering all these people who are still alive, who are still
Yeah.
going, and they're all coming together in a community to support each other. And
Yeah.
it's beautiful, it's tranquil, it feels hopeful. Zoker says, think they had different people working on the project, right, on DS2? No.
Didn't they?
It was in development at the same time as Bloodborne was in pre-development, but FromSoft president and Dark Souls director Hidetaka Miyazaki did not direct this title. Instead, his longtime co-director, I believe his name is Yui Tanemura, right?
Yeah, Yu
did.
Tanemura was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who also co-directed Elden Ring. He's been involved in just about every single FromSoft title for ages. So a lot of the same exact people made this that made DS1 and DS3. FromSoft is not a very big company. They don't have, like, just hordes of employees in different teams. For the lion's share of Bloodborne's development time, I want to say Dark Souls 2 was largely under wraps, or kind of just going through finishing touches. Lots of people want to say this game is the weakest because it wasn't just more Dark Souls 1, which
Yeah.
is exactly what From gave the fanboys with Dark Souls 3. It is the same fucking game, the same fucking world, with significant quality of life and gameplay improvements. What I appreciate about Dark Souls 2 is it tries to innovate in so many ways, gave players so many bosses, so many environments, and something I can praise here, shorter environments overall, so that the like level design and the aesthetics change up more frequently. There's more variety there, and really experiment with more uncommon fantasy designs. I really appreciate the level of mechanical complexity added to the game, with several covenants that do far more than provide simple multiplayer like competitive or cooperative engagement. You have the Rat King Covenant, where players can be summoned into a deadly obstacle course with you serving as the dungeon boss. For penny ante, neither player loses anything of substance should they die,
Yeah.
and it's really, really, really light on the rewards. It exists largely for different asymmetrical PvP fun, and then you have the Pilgrims of Dark PvE covenant that leads to a super boss. There's so much richness to this game, so much that was abandoned for Dark Souls 3, including an entire school of magic.
Yeah.
That really it's quite sad to look back on and say, or wonder, how could the franchise and how could the genre have adopted if more lessons from the slower, more methodical DS2 were taken, instead of the reaction happy, like, dodge roll and R1 spam fests of later Dark Souls titles on through Elden Ring. Like,
Yeah.
how, if we had appreciated mechanical intricacy more vocally, how different would this genre look? Would we maybe not have the same sword fight repeated 5, 6, 7 times in every game? It's hopeful. Maybe. And maybe we'll get there, because I have a feeling that people are gonna tire of the same shit being offered to them by the same company over and over again.
Yeah. We'll see. But if not, at least there is gonna be one series where the Souls Bros can gather and maybe we can get beautiful things out of different
Yeah.
teams that are not gonna be ruined by them. So
I mean, pressure
Yay.
to change can work. I mean, for God's sakes, Pokemon changed after 30 some odd years.
yeah, and they're going back now again with Scarlet and Violet again to the same old formula because yeah.
Zoker says, okay, well, there was a bit of a different direction, but I could see that it could be better, just to see how the world blends in together in DS1 Remastered. I've not played any others, so my only reference is 1. Yeah, so if a really deeply interconnected world where areas keep feeding back into themselves through little shortcuts and all that is your forte, you're probably not going to be terribly impressed with the level design of 2 or 3. 3 especially. 3 is damn near linear.
Yeah, 3 is very linear.
It wasn't a big issue for me. Like, I didn't really notice at all, but that is a concern for some people. That's fair.
Yeah. And with that being said, we have concluded our playthrough of Dark Souls 2. Tomorrow you can join Potato is gonna be live, right? Comrade Potato. Okay, let's see what... Okay, oh my god!
Yeah!
Yes!
Oh yeah.
The best one. Yeah. Okay, and with us also today was Brady the Overanalyst.
Cheers.
Let's see. Okay, you just decided straight up to run away. Oh, right.
Fighting my way.
Yeah, so thank you, Zoker. Thank you so much for joining us, and thanks everyone else for joining us as well. So tune in tomorrow for Potato's playthrough of, I assume, Hades. And I will see you probably next week. Bye.
Take care, all.
Bye.